This is Devin Croswell with Sherpa Design, and we're going to take a look at a new enhancement to NX 2506. This is in the Flexible Printed Circuit Design application, and for the Bridge Transition tool, there's a option in here called Fold Transition. And previously, or in previous versions, we were not able to span the width of both edges as we were connecting a fold with intersecting geometries. So to take a look at that, I'm going to create some intersecting flexible geometry. We'll use a planar segment to start. Put that on the bottom there. We'll use the center rectangle. Create, let's do something like that. You'll notice almost on center and on there. Oops. Should be able to activate it. There we go. Just double clicking the new sketch functionality in 2506. All right, not talking about sketch. We are talking about the flexible tool for bridge transition. So I've created this base segment, this planar segment, and I'm going to use contour transition to create another base, and we'll go from the side here, and we'll use that in the origin. Click OK, and I'll just use a line, draw it in, finish that. We'll go both ways, I think. Gonna go both sides here, symmetric, there it is. So this one will be a little bit smaller, but we'll go 45. But they're intersecting each other, different widths. And previously, when I was using the bridge transition, I wanted to create a quick fold because they're overlapping and intersecting. I was not able to span the width of both edges. I would have to pick either full end or full start or some other value, finite value or symmetric value to connect those. But now I can create that simply by, let's see, how do I want to create these? We'll go with this edge here on the bottom, and it'll be, I think, this edge on the top of there. And we'll just go full both edges. And sure, I can create, let's see, if I go bend properties, we'll do bend. There we go. So there I had defining by length. I don't want to do that necessarily, especially at that size, but maybe if I drop this down to 3, oops, to 3 or 1 or something. Okay, I guess we're really small here. So if I change that back to bend, what's my bend parameter? 0.5, yeah. So I guess the define by length kind of loops it around. I'll have to figure out how to do that a little bit better, but we can now span the width of both edges. Let's use a local value here and bump this up a little bit. Let's go 2, just so we can see that a little better. Maybe we can go 4. Click OK. I've got my bend there with the overlapping, intersecting boards, making that bridge transition between the two. So we now have that enhancement to bridge transition. This is one of the more powerful tools in Flexible Printed Circuit Design for NX, and they keep adding to it. If you saw in there recently, we've gotten the capability for a flex transition, so just more complicated shapes between boards that might not necessarily be like collinear. And then we also have sketched transition, which came a couple of versions of NX ago, but it's still pretty recent. So adding a lot of capability in the Flexible Printed Circuit Design application. And one of those things is an enhancement to bridge transition.